Garage Dynamics coming at you with another video. Now, I know everyone's skin is cracked from the harsh winter this year, and let's face it, it's kind of embarrassing. So now that spring is right around the corner, I thought I'd share some leather skincare treatments with you to restore that beautiful luster back to your aging, dry, cracked skin. Wait, we're talking about leather seats here, right? What I do to keep my leather seats looking good is number one, don't get in the car with dirty clothes. That's the number one reason leather seats go bad. The dirt slides between your butt and the seat, and well, let's face it, that's not as attractive as it used to be when we were in our 20s. No, now it's just irresponsible. One thing to take note, most cars come with a hard coating. Let's just call this vinyl. I'm sure there are other names for it, but I'm going to stick with vinyl. And this vinyl coating protects the leather seats. It's built in from the factory. It's not like you can remove it. Think of it as like a lacquer or epoxy or something like that you would put on wood. And this coating reduces the effectiveness of most leather care products. Now, I'm not saying leather care potions won't work. I'm just saying they won't work as well as, say, that old leather couch that's been in the family for 7 generations, but they'll still do some good. I found this brush at Bed Bath & Beyond. Don't ask me why I was there, but this brush works great for getting out all the food crumbs from those times spent living in the car, because I thought making YouTube videos were more important than time spent with my girlfriend. Definitely get this brush. Okay, so here's our first contender. Now, I called Meguiar's and asked them about what type of conditioner I should use for leather with a vinyl coating, and this is what they recommended. This product right here, it has a specific item code, and so I'll definitely put that in the link below. Okay, so we all know how Meguiar's performs, at least most of us knows. It's a great product. It's been around for a long time. It's a household name brand. So I'm going to give Meguiar's the smallest amount of real estate. Sort of think of it as a tiny home. So Meguiar's has a thick, watery base, and it works in quite nicely, actually. Doesn't take too much to really kind of get it soaked into the leather, and it gives it that rich, beautiful, lustery look without being slippery. And this leather smell, it has a nice leather smell. So it's really nice. So far, so good. And for all these tests, I'm shaking up the bottles, which I highly recommend before you use any conditioners, to shake up the bottle. And also, I'm using clean microfiber towels for all 3 applications. So each application gets its own separate microfiber towel. And I work in pretty much the same procedure for every spray. So it's going to be the rub-in, and then I use the hand, and then I just kind of rub it in some more, and then I wipe it down dry. So here you can see I'm using my hand, and the ingredients on the Meguiar's, it says, I believe, all natural ingredients, or it says non-hazardous ingredients. So the ingredients are safe to use on your hand, according to Meguiar's, and they seem to be pretty honest. Next, we have 3M Leather and Vinyl Restorer. Usually I'm a bit skeptical about 2-in-1 type chemicals, but 3M is a brand no one really talks about when it comes to leather care, so I thought I'd try it out. And because it's good for both leather and vinyl, technically it's a win-win. So we're going to go ahead and use this middle section here, and you can see that there's an on and an off setting for the sprayer. On the other 2 bottles, they have a stream and a spray, which is really nice. 3M is just on and off. So, but it doesn't really, make a difference, especially with the 3M. You only need 1 spray, as you can see right there, and it works really well. So this conditioner has more of a light, milky, watery base, whereas the Meguiar's had more of like a clear, kind of thick, watery base, both to be kind of on the thin or high viscosity side, so more watery than thick, creamy. And this has a nice citrus smell. I should say that the Meguiar's has more of a fresh leather smell, which is really nice, and the 3M has a nice citrus smell. And so with both conditioners, it's nice that you don't have to go out and buy like a separate air freshener to complement the conditioner. Even though you can, it's not necessary. So the 3M has that nice citrus smell, smells like lemons or something like that. And, you can save some money on costly air fresheners. And you can see here that it works really nice into the leather, really good. And it leaves it nice and rich and not too greasy. Although I will say I do like the greasy look. But for the 3M, it's just nice. All right, on to our last contender here is going to be the 303 brand. They're also known for their aerospace 303 protectant, which I use a lot on plastics, vinyl, headlights, even leather seats sometimes as a final UV protective coating. It's really good for UV protection. And so I thought I'd try out this 303 leather conditioner because once again, it's another brand that no one really talks about. So it kind of flies under the radar. And I didn't know what to expect from their leather care line. As you can see here, I'm shaking up the bottle really well because it is thick. I mean, you can just feel the thickness when you hold the bottle, like, it doesn't kind of like slosh around. And as you can see right there, it's on spray and it's coming out like stream. And so, yeah, it's really thick, like almost like lotion. This should be in a jar, not a spray bottle. And you can see I'm just kind of rubbing it in there, just like putting on lotion. It has a dry cleaners type smell. It says on the label to use this in a well-ventilated area, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it doesn't give off harsh fumes, but it does smell more on the chemical side than on like the fragrance side. So I'm going to just say that this product is just pure performance. And if you go with the 303, then you'll definitely have to follow up with an air freshener of your choice. But as you can see, I mean, out of all three, the 303 just really works nicely into the leather, really brings the leather back to life. You can see it almost erased all those cracks and everything like that. And this is vinyl. This vinyl coating is kind of hard. I mean, it's not soft like just like, say, a bare leather. And so the cracks that are on the seat, it would take almost like, I would say like a little more effort than just a conditioner to really kind of remove those cracks. And as you can see, this leather conditioner is working great. And I mean, it's bringing the seat back to life and it's looking beautiful. I really like this one. I got to say, I'm pretty surprised with the 303 leather conditioner, especially, with the big names like Meguiar's and 3M. You're kind of not thinking that 303 is going to do as well, but it's definitely up there, especially with a lot of other leather care products as well. You have Lexol, which is another big household name brand, but this one's really good. So it flies under the radar, and I think it deserves more attention. So there's a look now at the final pass. I dried it off, and you can see it's just way richer, way nicer. And here's all the brands compared now. So we have Meguiar's on the right here, and none of these leather conditioners are over, I want to say $15 at the time I purchased them. Meguiar's being the cheapest and the most easily, you can find it the easiest, at any local big box store, I would say you can find it. And I've tried a lot of leather care products, some ranging in the $40 and $50 range, like the Leather Eek brand. And when you have that leather or that vinyl coating, I would say, none of them are really going to work like they should or like they're advertised, because they're targeted more toward like just pure leather. So if you're going to like restore that old leather couch or leather jacket, then those brands are really going to shine. But when you have really tough vinyl coating over your seats, then those brands aren't going to do as well, because it has to fight through that vinyl coating. So here I'm going to just spray some 303 over the Meguiar's area and see what happens. And as you can see, it just, I mean, it made a huge difference. I mean, I'm looking at it already, and, you know, it's just, the cracks are fading. I mean, the cracks are disappearing, and that part of the seat is just, you know, it looks almost like it's brand new again. So the 303, in my opinion, outperforms the Meguiar's right here. And so I think the Meguiar's and the 3M were on par. I would say maybe the Meguiar's might be just a touch better, but it's really just even. So what I did was I just coated the whole seat with 303 because I liked it so much. And as you can see, this is the entire seat coated with 303 now, and it looks amazing. I mean, the seat looks almost like it's brand new. Definitely better than when I first started. And I'm really happy with the results here. I wasn't expecting 303 to be such a good product. Really, I just bought it kind of as like a wild card, you know, against like the big brands. Like, let's just see how this will perform against, you know, Meguiar's and 3M, because those are the top brands that you always hear about. And 303 is one of those brands that you don't really hear about. So I'm glad that I went with the 303, and this is definitely a product that I'm going to start using for leather care, because I already use the Aerospace 303, which is the same company, and I use that for all my plastics, the dash, everything like that. It's a good UV protectant. And this one also provides UV protection, as well as the Meguiar's. I will say that the Meguiar's offers UV protection. And if you want extra UV protection, then you can go over these seats with some Aerospace 303, and that'll give it a little bit more protection, because remember, there is a vinyl coating on this seat, so it will just it'll benefit from something like Aerospace 303, and it'll protect your car, or it'll protect your seats from the UV rays. I mean, glass already blocks out, I think, one of the UV rays, at UVA or B, and so this just adds a little bit more protection. But remember, if you do get the 303 leather conditioner, then it's a pure conditioner, whereas the 3M, you can use it on vinyl and leather. So that's just something to keep in mind. But considering that this has a vinyl coating, it's not going to be as thick as, like, say, your vinyl dash or something like that. So that's why the 303 works better on the seat, even though it does have a vinyl coating. It can still work its way through, but I say it's really great. All right, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And until the next time, see you guys later.